Good day, guys. Welcome back. Welcome to stage 2 of the YVNT Academy, which is going to be risk management. So in this lesson, we're going to be focusing on lot size. So what is a lot size? A lot size helps you determine your PEEP value, and that helps us also to know how much we are risking per trade, right? So the higher the lot size, the higher the risk. So that's something that we need to know. So if you're going to be using a standard lot size, just know the consequences of a standard lot size, So especially if you have a bigger stop loss, so just keep that in mind. So let's there's three lot sizes are categorized in three that we use, which you're gonna find a micro lot size, and they're gonna find a mini lot size, and they're gonna find a standard lot size, right? So let me just get my tools. Let's start with the micro. So the micro lot size is the one that we use when we start trading, right? So this is what is recommended to be used by a beginner, right? Even though you are experienced, if you're not, if you let's say if your account is not that big, you will have to use a micro lot size so that you can be able to take trades and then don't risk a lot of your account, So this is where we start. So let's start with the micro lot size. So 001, right? This is the minimum that you can put on a trade, right? So this is the minimum that you can put on a trade, meaning that when you use a 001, that means your PEEP value is going to be 10 cents, right? Going to be 10 cents. So this is going to be 0.10 per PEEP, right? So let's say now your stop loss is about 20 PEEP. So that means if it's 20 PEEP, your stop loss is going to be $2, right? If you get taken out, that means you're going to be losing at $2, right? If you're taken out on a 20 pip stop loss, that means you are risking $2, guys, right? Because now your value is 10 cents per pip by using a 0.01 lot size, right? So let's say you use a micro lot size now. We're still using micro lot size, and now it's going to be, let's say, 0.02, right? So that means our PEEP value is going to be it's going to be 20 cents per PEEP. It's going to be 20 cents per PEEP, right? And then that now is going to allow us to risk, let's say, $4 if our stop loss is 20 pips, right? It's more like 10 cents times 2, right? It's more like opening a 2 trades at a 0.01 and another trade at a 0.01, right? And then if you combine those in total, you have a 0.02 lot size, which means the $2 that you were risking on each trade now becomes 4 on this one trade, which is a 0.2, right? So now, what is that? Why use too many 0.1 where you can just combine and then use one lot size and enter in one trade so that you can be able to manage it, right? What you will notice out there is that people will open. I'm not saying it's wrong to open a lot of trades, but use it wisely so that you can be able to manage it, right? So another example is going to be, let's say, so a macro lot size is from 0.1, which is going to be the minimum, and then let's say to 0.9. That's a micro lot size, and then from there, from 0.10 and up, there's going to be a mini lot size, right? So anything between 0.1 and 0.9, that's a micro lot size, right? So let's say now we are going to be using a 0.5 micro lot on a trade, right? So instead of opening 0.1 trades positions, like instead of doing that and opening like multiple positions for this trade, what we can do is we can just combine those 5 trades and open a 0.05 lot, which is going to give us a value of 50 cents per pip. And then if we are going to be risking our 20 pip stop loss, that means we're going to be risking $10 minus $10 on that trade by just opening this one position at a 0.5 lot, right? It's the same as opening 0.1 times 5 trades. It's the same as that. So if you were doing this means that you're going to have 5 trades, which means that let me just quickly remove this, which means that this trade was going to be like minus $2, minus $2, minus $2, minus $2, which it times that by 5, that still gives you a $10 minus $10. Can you see? So instead of using instead of opening a lot of positions, you can just use one lot size. Instead of opening 5 positions, you can just use a 0.5 micro lot with a 20 pip stop loss, which equals minus 10, keeping it simple. So you get all this by understanding that 0.1 equals 10 cents per pip. Then you can work from there. When you open a 0.6, it's going to be the same thing. You just times this by 6, which is, I'm not good at maths, but let's just calculate quickly, guys. So it's going to be a, let's say 0.0, yeah, 0.0, which is 10 cents times 6 positions, which is going to be a 0, yeah, wait, no man, 0 point times, I don't know if I'm calculating it right, but I'm getting 0.6. Let's just do this again. Yeah, I'm getting 0.6. Let's see. Gonna be risking 10. Oh yeah. So that means each pip is gonna cost 60 cents. Yeah, got it now. So if you're gonna be opening 6 positions, 6 positions, and just times the pip value of your micro lot, and then times that by 6, and then you're gonna get 60 cents per pip if you're gonna be entering a position by 0.06 micro lot size. So that means your stop loss, which is going to be 20 pip, is now going to be Just quickly calculate that. 0.60 times 20. Yeah. So that means now you are risking $12 on that one position, right? So that's how you can use a mini micro lot size, and that's how the peep value differs, and how you can get a peep value of a, let's say if you're going to be using a 0.3, and then you want to know how much is going to be the peep value, you can just times 10 cents times 3, and then you're going to get your answer, which is going to be the peep value of 0.3, right? Same example, same thing for, let's say 0.07, yeah, 0.07 lot size, and then you can just times 10 cent by 10 cent times 7, which is going to give you 70 cent per peep, right? Same thing as 8 and 9. So that's how you can use a micro lot size, and then depending on how much your account is, but then we're going to get to that on another session. For now, I just want you guys to understand how you can get the peep value of a certain lot size that you're going to be using, so that you can be able to calculate your risk, right? So if you have any questions regarding this, I'll just watch the whole risk management folder, and then combine all your questions together, and then we can talk about it. Okay, so let's move on to the mini lot size, right? So mini lot size, same thing, right? 0.10 on a, just quickly checking my stopwatch. Okay, 0.10 equals, wait, no, it's supposed to be $1, can't be 10. There we go. So a 0.10 mini lot size equals $1 per pip, right? So a mini lot size is going to be anything from 0.10 to 0. Let's say 99. Right. That's going to be your mini lot size, right? So anything between 0.10 to 0.99, that's a mini lot size. So same strategy applied to the mini lot size to get the peep value is going to be the same thing when it comes to the mini lot size and when it comes to the standard lot size, right? So let's say now we are going to be taking a trade at 0.10, and then we have a 20 pip stop loss, right? So that means if we are taking out, we're going to be risking how much? $20 on the trade, right? And then if our stop loss is about 40 pips, so this means we're going to be risking $40, right? And then if our stop loss is about 60 pip, that means we're going to be risking $60 on the trade, right? So this is going to be the same thing if you open 0.10 times 3. That means you're going to be risking $30 in total, right? Don't look at don't enter once and think that you're going to be risking like $20 or $10. Yeah, let's add, this is 3. So maybe you enter based on 0.10 at a 20 pip, which means you only calculated $20. Don't do that, because it's gonna mislead you, right? Each position, if you entered first position and then it's 20 pip, so that means you're losing $20, and then you open another position, so that means on top of the $20, this trade now adds another $20, and that now becomes 40, right? And then if you add another position, that means now you're risking another 20, right? So that means in total, on your open trades, the risk is minus $60. If you are taking out on stop loss, this means your risk is $60, right? So that's the mini lot size. So each pip value is about $100. $1. So $1 per pip when you are on a when you are going to be trading using a mini lot size. So this means going to be $1 per pip, right? So let's say now if I wanted to open a 0.50 lot size, so that's going to be 0.50, right? So instead of me opening 50 trades of 0.0.1, why not use a mini lot size? Then I can just know that my pip value is going to be pip value is going to be $5. And then if I'm taking out on 20 pip, so that means I'm out by $100. So at least I can manage this one trade, this one position open at the time. I can manage it. But if I were to open like 50 of these at the same time on my MetaTrader 4, it's gonna cause problems when it's time for management, because now I need to manage each trade at the time. I can't do them at the same time, you know. So rather, instead of using a mini lot size 50 times, you can just, if your account allows you to, you know, yeah, that's another thing. Your account needs to allow you to use a higher lot size, because remember, the higher you go, the higher the risk, right? So that's something that you need to keep in mind, right? If your account allows you to use a higher lot size, then at least know where to stop, right? Don't over risk. So instead of, if our account allows us to open like 50 positions of 0.1, right? And instead of us opening 50 of those positions, we can just use a mini lot size, which is going to be 0.50. And then we know that our pip value is going to be $5. And then we know that our stop loss is $20. It's 20 pip, which means we are going to be risking $100 on that trade, you know. So that's how you can use a lot size, right? So let's just add another example. Let's just add another example. So standard lot size, right? A standard lot size means now you are risking like a lot of money on the trade, right? So a standard lot size needs a bigger account, right? So on this one, we have a $10 pip value, right? On this one, we have a $10 pip value, right? So if you open a standard a position on a standard lot size, this means that now if your stop loss is 20 pips and then it move against you, you're going to be risking $200 that position. And then if your stop loss is 40 pip, you're going to be risking $400 for that position. If your stop loss is 60 pip, that means you're going to be risking $600 on that positions. So now that we understand how we can use a micro lot size, how we can use a mini lot size, and how we can use a standard lot size, this makes things easy. This makes things easy for us when it comes to our risk, you know, when it comes to calculating our risk, you know, because this let's say now here we have a $100. Here we have a $1,000 account, and here we have a 10K account. You know, so instead of going like a mini lot size on this small account, you can just go on it. Sorry, you can just use a micro lot size, right? Because think about it. So let's say our stop loss is 20 pip, right? If I were to use a 0.1, I was gonna go minus $2. But now if I'm greedy with this small account, and then I use a mini lot size, which is 0.10, and my stop loss is 20 pips, that means my account is gonna be down by, sorry, $20 from that one trade. Already I'm exposing my account. That's about 20, is that 20%? 20%. Let me just quickly do the calculations here. What are they? So it's gonna be 100 times, yeah, it's about 20%. So imagine risking 20% on one trade. Doesn't make sense, right? So if you have a smaller account, stick to the micro lot size until your account grows and be able to take these losses, because you need to take these as your losses. Yes, if you win a trade that's about 60 pip on a mini lot size, that means you're gonna make $60, which is good. But now think about it. If this trade, because now we are managing our risk. That's the only thing that we can manage, right? That's the only thing that we can manage in the market. Because the moment you enter in the market, you can't push the market to go your way, right? If the market decides to go against you, you need to be able to be ready, to go out. So that's something that we can manage. So let's use that. Let's use everything that we have to manage our risk, so that we can be in a positive most of the time, right? So if you have a $100 account, why risk $1 per pip when you know that you can get wiped soon? Same thing here. If you have a 1K account, right, and then you take a trade with a standard lot size, let's say, so, yeah, okay, no, yeah, 1,000, and then now you minus by 200 because you were risking 20 pips, and now you're down by 20%, and your account is left at 800 by just taking one position, and now your account is 8 minus, sorry, yeah, 800 plus 800, not minus, just 800. Just confuse myself there. Yeah, so why hurt yourself by risking too much when you know that your account won't handle it? We know our account won't handle it, so let's not risk too much. Let's first grow the account using this small lot size, and then when we get to a stage where we can see that our account allows us to at least risk that money, then we can start moving to another lot size. Look, so let's scale in slowly. Let's not rush the process. Let's take it easy every time. So if you have $100 account, please stick to the micro lot size from 0.1 at least until 0.5. So that you can be able to see some results. And then once your account start growing, then move over. Let's say plus minus $300, then you can move over. As long as you're gonna be able to as long as you're gonna accept those losses, because the most important thing is accepting your losses.